Okay, so picture this. You're hanging out at your friend's place, right? Just chilling on the couch, and then bam, you hear this horrible crack.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's bad. You just sat on your friend's laptop. But get this. They want you to buy them like the newest, fanciest model.
hmm
And they're even talking about like taking you to court. What would you even do in that situation?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
Hmm.
It's a total friendship test for sure.
Totally. And that's what we're diving into today, this story about a guy named Jack who went through exactly that. So what would you do if you were in Jack's shoes?
Well, I think most people's gut reaction would be to just offer to replace the laptop, right?
Yeah. Totally makes sense.
But like this whole situation shows why it's so important to really understand your responsibilities and what you're actually liable for, even in these casual settings.
So true. So in the story, Jack, he's like totally freaking out, obviously,
Yeah.
and offers to just buy a new laptop. Like problem solved, right?
He thought so, for sure. But the thing is, the laptop belonged to this woman named Emma, and she did not react the way Jack expected at all.
What happened?
She basically saw this as her chance to get a brand new top-of-the-line MacBook, way more expensive than the one that broke.
Seriously. So she didn't just want a replacement, she wanted an upgrade.
Exactly. And to make things worse, she even started throwing around threats of like suing Jack if he didn't cough up the cash for this new computer.
Wow. That sounds kind of messed up. Was she even like legally entitled to a brand new upgraded laptop though? I mean, it was an accident.
It's tricky. I mean, legally, Jack was responsible for the damage. But on the other hand, Emma left her laptop just sitting on the couch. So she kind of contributed to the accident too.
Right. It's like leaving your phone on a table at a coffee shop and someone swipes it. You're kind of asking for trouble.
Exactly. It's this whole idea of shared negligence.
Hmm.
The law recognizes that sometimes multiple people can be responsible for an accident to varying degrees.
So how did Jack deal with all this? Emma's coming at him with legal threats. He's got to be stressing.
To his credit, Jack stayed calm. He actually did a ton of research. Like, he got quotes for how much it would actually cost to repair the laptop and even offered to buy Emma a similar refurbished one.
Smart. So he's trying to be reasonable.
Totally. And probably the smartest thing he did was document every single interaction with Emma, phone calls, texts, emails, everything.
Especially those emails, huh?
Uh,
Especially where Emma was laying out all her demands.
exactly. He was basically building his defense in case this whole thing actually ended up in court. And guess what?
They went to court.
Yep. Small claims court.
Okay, for people like me who don't know all the legal ins and outs, what's small claims court?
So it's basically designed to handle these smaller disputes.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like this where it doesn't make sense to have a full-blown trial with lawyers and all that.
Makes sense. So did all that documentation pay off for Jack?
Big time. The judge heard both sides, looked at all the evidence, especially those emails where Emma was straight up saying she wanted an upgrade.
Oh man, busted.
Yep. And because of that whole shared negligence thing, the judge ruled in Jack's favor. So instead of shelling out like $2,700 for a brand new MacBook, Jack ended up paying around $200 for repairs.
Wow, what a difference.
Yeah.
So what's the big takeaway here for our listeners?
I think the biggest thing is that understanding your rights and responsibilities can really save your butt, especially in these situations where things could get messy.
Totally. And that whole thing with documenting everything? Genius.
Absolutely. If you ever find yourself in a similar predicament, remember, write everything down, consider all your options, and don't be afraid to brush up on a little legal knowledge. It can go a long way.
Solid advice. So listeners, let's flip the script for a second. Put yourself in Jack's shoes. How would you have handled this whole laptop debacle? Something to think about, and we'll catch you on our next deep dive.